Let's move on to our next speaker, and that's Abigail Archer, who is a languages student. Abigail graduated reasonably recently in French and business, in fact, in 2020. So over to you, Abigail.
Thanks, Ben, and thanks, Mariam. So yeah, as Ben said, I graduated in 2020, but I'm still waiting on the graduation ceremony. But I'm sure it's going to be great when this is all over. So I did French and business as an undergrad. It was a 4-year course. So on the 3rd year, we got to do a year abroad. And I know this is quite common now for a lot of degree disciplines. It doesn't have to necessarily be in languages. But I was really fortunate enough to go and spend a year living in Paris. So for the first half of the year, I studied at one of the French unis, which is really interesting experience. And obviously I gained so much cultural awareness being around all these people who their culture is not the same as British people, and the language certainly isn't. So it was really nice to be fully immersed in that. And then the second half of my year, I went to work in a startup company for 6 months. So that was a little bit like an internship. That was really cool as well. That was just outside the Eiffel Tower. So that was a nice little lunch view that we had every day. So that formed my final year of how I was going to do my dissertation. It gave me some really good language skills that I put to the test in various presentations that I did. So I would definitely recommend to everyone, see if you can try and get a year abroad in there, or a placement year. So what am I doing now? Well, it's slightly different to French and business. I'm actually an auditor. People might think, oh, well, that's a bit scary because that's not what you did your degree on, but don't worry about that, because I have worked with so many people that come from geography backgrounds, international relations, history. So, it's one of those jobs where you can come from any background and you're fully supported. So I'm studying towards an accountancy qualification. So hopefully at the end of my 3-year grad scheme, I'll be a chartered accountant. It's quite interesting working in the 7.5, 8-hour days and then getting the revision books out. It's slightly more intense than uni. I remember getting up late for lectures and sleeping in all the time. That was nice. So hopefully, because it's a French firm, so hopefully in a couple of years, once I'm qualified, I can go out there and go and work in the Paris office and get back to seeing the Eiffel Tower, eating all the baguettes, the stuff that I miss. So I kind of wanted to focus on how Coventry really helped me with employability. I didn't really have much self-confidence before I joined uni, and so to have all of these skills that I've learned, like Mariam mentioned, it's been a huge help. So for example, I know Coventry have the Centre for Global Engagement, which involves, they can help you with work experience if you want to work abroad, but they also have something called Global Leaders Programme. So you can join that and you get involved in workshops, webinars, talks from industry professionals. You also can go on trips. I think we went to Cadbury as well, so that was nice. And they also have something called Lingua Mundi. So you have evening language classes, there's Russian, there's French, there's Spanish, Japanese, there's all sorts that you can get involved in, from beginners right up to advanced. So you're covered no matter what there. And I think that was really helpful, because it allowed me to meet people that I would never have met on my course. They were from all different backgrounds, all different years, and so that was nice to have. So we had like teamwork in modules, we had leadership, communication, and these are all the skills that employers are looking for. A degree is a fantastic thing to have, but you need that experience that comes with it. So to get involved in these little things, it doesn't take up much of your time, and it really does pay off. So some of the other things that I really found useful at Coventry was the careers fair. So that was fantastic. There were so many different employers from all different areas, all different walks of life. So there was something for everyone there. It's also not just for final students. I think a lot of people might think that, but definitely get involved in your first year. See if you can get a placement or some part-time work experience. Just little things to just pop on your CV and build up gradually as you're ready for final year. Start looking for those graduate interviews. So I think Mary mentioned this as well. There's something called a course rep that you can get involved in. So this is just kind of reiterating the voice that you have. You can be that representative. You can have that responsibility to give your course mates and your colleagues a voice. So if there's something that you're not happy about, you are able to change this, to speak to the course tutors and the staff there, and they can make a difference. They can improve your experience. And I think that's why Coventry's ranked so highly on the student experience on the rankings. They really do listen to what you have to say, which is really helpful. There's also a module that you can get involved with, Vantage. So I joined the Working at Marketing and Design Agency. So you actually get hands-on experience with a client. And I know you guys are humanities based, so this might be something that you're really involved in, from creative writers to graphic designers, arts guys. You can all get involved in this, and you all have a separate part to play. So again, that CV experience that I don't know whether I would have got that elsewhere. So yeah, it's just like careers as well. They were second to none with helping me get to where I am today. They would constantly see me if I was like, oh, can you just have a quick look at my CV, or can you just help me prep for this assessment centre? There was always advice and always resources that they were willing to provide, because they want, it's nice because they want you to do well, and you can clearly see that. So it is really encouraging. So I would definitely have a massive thanks to give to them. So yeah, I think it's just overall making the most of the experiences that you are provided with at Coventry. There's so many, like I've mentioned. I'll probably talk your ear off about it, but I would really just recommend getting stuck in, because there is so much to offer, and it will definitely help you in your final year. You'll be thanking yourself. Don't worry about that.